Hello, I'm Tave. What's up, rat? I suspect a lot of people are going to be watching the Monkey League thing right now, but I just felt like streaming anyways. I got a new, I don't know if I mentioned this on last stream, but I got a new Wailing V11 with some Ski Cube Shop gift cards, and it's so nice. What's up? James Sigger, Monkey League, tough timing? Yeah. It's funny, the Monkey League right now, sorry if it was loud, the Monkey League right now is like two little kids that I don't know if I've ever heard of. Which is crazy. Mic volume? Is it too loud? WR3 and 4? That's so funny. Is the volume too loud or too quiet? Maybe too quiet? Hello, hello. Hello. I don't know what happened to it, why it's so much more quiet now. I did some driver updates, I feel like maybe that changed things. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay, that seems probably good. Volume's fine. Okay, hopefully it's not too loud now. Improved memorization on 3-blind, you average sub 230. At that level, it's really just like do more solves. If you want, you can like do corners only or edges only solves, and that'll probably like streamline practice a little bit more. What's up, Redditor stories? I might have just not remembered those kids who are on Monkey League right now because it's just, as a freaking American white person, it's hard for me to remember names like that because they're so like unusual to me. It's harder to remember names like that. Oh, Yufeng Du. I remember him actually. The other one is like very vaguely in my memory. I don't even want to attempt to say that name. It sounds hard to say. Zhaokun. Zhaokun. What's up, Maximal? What's up, Era? Dang it. Get lots of the lower ranked Chinese kids mixed up. You know, amateurs with 5.5 official average. Yeah. It's so crazy how, like, just mid that feels now. Dang it, dude. Oops. Two pair order. That was 12 to 10. What's up, Brennan? I'm good. Cubeflation. Yeah. Correlation of Moscow's sus attempts in 2013 and orientations being added to blind scrambles. I don't know if I saw whatever you said. What's up, not think anything? Did you say that there's correlation but there's not, or something? Scramble had a T2C that I'm still pretty bad at. I think it's... yeah, that one. I need to drill that. Oh, in Discord. I think he just kind of lost. I imagine that whatever change, like I do think that change that you're suggesting was a thing that happened, but I think it was really just like him losing motivation after getting like a very good world record and having like no competition. Close to sub 23, nice. That's very good. UBL, BDR. It was UBL, RDB, BUL, James. But I did the alg, and it is like the one you listed is the inverse, so that's what you saw when I did the alg. See me at Texas? Nice. Yeah, I am going to Texas. That was 53 to 49. That was a bad scramble set. 1896. Sure. 10 and 9. You prefer RDB to the other direction? I'm not sure. I don't really like either of them. I think I prefer the other direction, actually, because, like, I feel like F prime pinch is harder for me. But we probably do different algs. I never get bloody noses, Grenadium, so I don't know. Masco got injured right before he quit? I didn't know that. Dang it, dude. That was 10 to 9, and I messed up so bad. That was like a very nice 10 to 9 with a 1 alg UB float. That was a good case. Yes, that's his nickname, his middle name, Maximal. Oh, that sucks. So you don't know what injury? Dude, can I stop doing 2 extra comms? Back to back, that's crazy. That was 10 algs that time, not 10 to 9, but I once again did 2 extra comms and got the exact same time. Wiped his Reddit comment history, that's sad. Tips on switching from M2OP to M2 Orozco. I don't know, just use Blind Trainer to drill the Orozco algs, I guess. Also, I would suggest just like doing full Orozco. Don't have like M2 in the beginning. Come on. I swear I flicked that freaking layer. That was 10. Very unusual name, given name for a poll. I mean, Marcin is his name, his given name, but Mascow is his middle name. I don't know if it's just a nickname. It says it on his profile, right? Is his profile deleted? Wait. No, there's no way. Oh. I could have sworn it was on his profile, too. Maybe Mascow is just a nickname, yeah. I thought it was his middle name. I don't think that'll happen, Gramanium. I've already stuck around way longer than Mascow. God. That's 12 to 10, but I did 11 because I missed an edge float. To 10, but I did 11 because I missed an edge float. These are some bad scrambles. That was 53 to 49 again. That's crazy. Back to back 53 to 49 scramble sets, and I missed a 17 best of 5 by +2. Stupid. What's up, Korean guy? I'm good. And what's up, Draco? Going through 350 record again this year. I will definitely not try 350 again. I'll just try 400. I don't know if I'll do it this year, but I want to. I might try 400 this year. I'm doing good. You've been learning history of WCA's regs and scrambling practices. I got the sense of that. Two extra comms and a pause. I need to wake up. That was one of those cases where, so I had, how do I undo this? That, and so I had this, which is, it can be this, T2C, and then this UFUR 2C, so two parity algs, but you could also just do three fairly decent comms, so I don't think the two parity algs are better, probably, but it could be 9 algs. 400 cubes would be like 15 hours probably, maybe more. It would be very brutal. I'd probably take some breaks. Was 10 to 9. When 500? I do not know. Could you not also comm into LTCT for that case? Yeah, no. Twisted buffer. Dang it. That one might have been parity shiftable. Let me see. No. I feel like I need to slow this cube down a little bit. Dang it, dude. I got so freaking weirdly confused on muscle memory there. What am I doing? That's so weird. That is unfortunate. That was 9 to 8. And I just totally threw. Judges were counting 15 seconds in their head? That's crazy. I did not know that. That's so bad. What? Okay, 49 to 46. And best of 3, 18, 41, 10. Got a 22, 88, 5. Would I sell a signed cube? Sure. Yeah, how are you finding these things? What's your process? Maximal. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was 8 to 6 alg edges. You would definitely buy one. Where can you reach me? I have an email address for coaching. You could just use that. We could figure something out. Also, if you're going to North American Champs or something, I could just sign a cube there. Or any other big comp that I'm going to. There's a document for stuff 2004 to 2010. Oh. Is that on WCA? I wish my consistency is as good as you are. This, I feel like, just comes from like having a ton of experience. Ooh, that was a really good parity shift. You don't know how you stumbled upon it. That's funny. Dang. Gigantic pause. That was 11 to 9, but I did 10 because I missed one of the edge floats. Could have parity shifted, I think. What would that have been? No, that would have been worse. Yeah. Oh, shut up, Nightbot. www.com. Sorry, I'm gonna open my window. It's just so hot in here. Don't go there. Okay, I'm opening this for later. That's interesting. You asked Tyson Mao, but he didn't recall major differences. No. Uh-oh. No, okay, that was just 10. Slightly better best of 5. 1756, 10 to 9. And that was the best scramble. Overall 53 to 48. Cringe. What's up, Kevin? My day is good. Oh my god. What? Damn it, dude. Broke into a twist wrong. That turning was horrible. I really need to slow this cube down somehow. I'm gonna try out, ugh. Silk. This is so slippery. We got a new cat, and this new cat is sequestered to this room until she can learn to get along with my resident cat. And she keeps going up on this windowsill where I put all my lubes and knocking everything over. It's really annoying. Cat reveal. Oh. She looks like my resident cat, except just skinnier. In 2003 Worlds had Siamese Cube, only one guy competed. I learned about this recently because of Red KB going to Super Duper San Diego competition like a month ago. And Dan asked Red KB about it in their interview because Dan thought like, oh, you had a world record in Siamese Cube. And Red KB basically specified like, they basically said like, if you have any other event you want to bring, we can like basically like arrange for you to compete in it. Like you can do any unofficial event you want basically, and if nobody else does it, you have a de facto world record. So like not really a world record, but yeah, kind of. Like something stuck to my blindfold. It's like getting my eye. to 9, kind of bad turning. That was 10 to 8, kind of a hard 10 to 8. What was official and what wasn't was really confusing. Both Cube and Siamese appeared on WCA leaderboards. That's funny. Rainbow Cube was never on the website, but announced as officially removed in 2007 along with Siamese. That's so interesting. That was 11 to 10, but I did 11 because I missed the float. Also just occurred to me that this scramble could have done an alt swap, probably. Actually, no. Rubik's UFO. There's so many cubes I've never heard of. I don't know what the rainbow cube is either. What's up, Scube Cuber? That's probably wrong. Well, that's not how I expected it to be. I think that was 11 to 10, but I need to check. So many ways to do this scramble, but yeah, just 10 at best. 1858, 10 to 9, 10 to 8 is best scramble. Dang it, I didn't write the L count on this one. I think this one was just 11. Oh, that was 10. So that would be 52, 47. Mateo got 527 for tracing game blind. Sheesh. That's basically like the chimp test on crack, sounds like. Or maybe not. 527 is so fast. Totally thought I messed that up. That's funny. That was 9 to, or 11 to 9. think that was 11 to 10. That was a very confusing edge scramble, and I just did 7 elk edges because I didn't want to bother trying to figure out. How do you... Dude, what? Why can't I figure out how to... This is such a confusing scramble. I need to like actually look at it on a cube. I like can't figure out how to not get 7 elk edges. Rainbow Cube is like other puzzles like the cube or Megaminx, but it has 8 triangle faces and 6 square faces, and you can only turn the squares. I have to look at this. This one? Or this one? Oh, that's Rainbow Plus. I feel like I've seen this one before. That looks really confusing. Okay. Oh. Why is this so confusing for me before? Yeah, it's 11 to 10. That's funny. Dang it. I hate how many options vault swaps there always is. That was just 10, but I forgot something. Memo's 1 letter pair per number, which is optimizable. Oh. I guess the chimp test is a lot harder because there's no like grid. I didn't think about that. Thank you. 10 to 9. That could have been a lot better. My turning sucked. Oh, dude, come on. That was a really good turning. 9 elgs. Really good turning, except for when I didn't turn correctly. Rip. That was 51 to 46. 1802 on 11 to 9 best. Oh, 51. Overall, these scrambles are pretty ass so far. But kind of pausey. Proudest human benchmark accomplishment was verbal memory, 228 points. Wow. Did you have any kind of system for that? That means you're as smart as 12 chimpanzees. That's exactly how that works. Messed up an LTCT. That was 10 to 8 elgs. Rip. What am I doing? Oh my god, dude. Don't. There. That. Do I really need to drill LTCT again? My god. This is like an alg that I've been doing for freaking literally years at this point, dude. Learning alg sets like this is so annoying. God, you have to drill it so much. Wallen has easily spent 10 to 20 hours on the tracing game. That's funny. Anyways, oh, I literally just messed up parity. I've seen that DNF enough times that I can recognize exactly what messing up that parity looks like. Because like one move that I'll miss on this alg. It's like the second flick in one of the double flicks or something. Did a ton of like risky visual memo on that one. I think I visualed a 3 alg B float. I need to check what that was because I visualed too much. That was 11 to 10. Orientation for scrambling wasn't defined for non-cubic puzzles until 2013. Huh. That one's a little less weird, I feel like. Don't want it. Dude, this cube will not slow down. Jesus. That was 11 to 10. I think. Dude, I've had a headache today. Jeez. Yeah, just 11 to 10. That was a bad scramble set again. 52 minus 4. Best solve on 11 to 10. Best scramble is 10 to 8. Nice. 4-blind memo with like 3 to 4 minute pause for recalling a wing pair. That's relatable. I've done similar things with 5-blind where I just sit for like literally multiple minutes trying to recall a wing pair stubbornly. Sometimes I actually remember it. I'll get like a high 5-minute success. Nice. That was 10 to 8. How was that my best single in 36 solves? Yikes. Because I DNF'd that 15. Competitors were forced to inspect using one hand until 2008. That's funny. Mistraced edges, and then forgot corners. I gotta lock in better, dude. The same thing was forced on feet. That's funny. Oh, dude, I mistraced again. To 9. That was actually 10 to 9. Oh, that was kind of cool. It was. I don't think I actually competed in feet at that point yet, though, Alex. I could be wrong, but if I did, I didn't know. I didn't even know about the reg change. Or I completely forgot. That was a cool scramble. I saw that UF was solved, and I had parity, and UR is pseudo-solved, and the second to last parity shift option, or the last parity shift option was BUR, so I could do this alg. And then it forces an 8 mover as well. And then it gave like way better edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alg edges. Otherwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. And it had an RD float too. So that was 11 to 9. With like better cases forced. Oh my god. Oh. I don't know. That was a really hard scramble. I mean, normal ass corners, but edges was a DF float into a 4 flip. Okay, 1745, 10 to 8. DNF 51.5 to 45. Oh yeah, the old old style multi rules were funny. Like a 49 out of 50 would be worse than a 2 out of 2. Oh, hello. She's doing the thing where she's gonna knock over all my lubes. Hello. Yeah, that's a great place to sit. This cat is a lot more sleek than my other cat, so she can like fit in these places that my other cat can't, which is kind of cute but kind of annoying. What are you looking at? Okay, I'm gonna do a solve. Dang it. Oh, forgot to break into a flip. Can't read the chat. You're blocking the screen. Yeah, I'm following YouTube chat user. There's just like nobody talking in YouTube chat. Oh, I missed your message back then. It got drowned by Alex in Maximal chat. How do you store each cube in your memory during multi-blind? Using only 3 loci. First 3 edge letter pairs in the first loci, second 3, or remaining edge letter pairs in the second loci, all corners in the third loci. And flips and twists just are lumped in with everything else. Okay, she got out of the way. Oh my gosh. She's like sniffing my webcam. I wonder if it got like bumped. This is cute. Hello. Screen reveal. You guys saw my Clicker Heroes game. What's up, James? How was the duel? That was 11 to 9. Cubeflation in full effect. Nice. Oops. Dang it. James, check it out. Cat came, watched you DNF'd and left. I successed on the first one, I think. I successed. Alright, this was... oh. I'm just a dingus. 11 to 10. I just did it wrong. What was that? It was a UFUR, or is a F2E. It was FD, DR, DF. That one. Somehow how I DNF'd like gave me that case. Do you mean you store all the flips in the second loci for edges and the twists in the third loci for corners? Yes. That can lead to too many images in one loci, right? No. Because if it's one twist, I memorize it with one letter pair, and if it's multiple, I memorize it visually. I'll just like think about the case. Aw, I did the wrong T2C. That's annoying. Had this, wait, this case. Oops. That is... rip. That was a much better case than I thought I had. 4 and 5 were scrambled with slice turns until late 2005. I feel like I knew that at one point. Dang it. Oh, I messed up anyways. That was a very weird T2C case that I just got, and I messed it up. Dang it. Thought I knew that one look last layer, pseudo one look last layer. Back-to-back T2Cs also, that's kind of rare. And I also, oh no, that was 10 to 8. The T2C I had was that. I feel like I didn't do it wrong. I might have
Huh. Did it wrong that time. I feel like I did it right in the solve. Oops. So I'm assuming you have separate images for every twist and flips? For single cases, yeah. Like if there's just one flip outside of my buffer, I memorize it with a letter pair, and the pair would just be like, if I have this case, that's my buffer, that's the flip, I would just memorize Q, Y, whatever letter pair I have for Q, Y. And if I have a single twist outside of my buffer, like this one, WB, I'll just memorize WB. But if there's multiple, I just visually remember the case. The T2C I just had was this one, which is really weird. That. Yeah. Dang it. Still mess these up a lot. At least like the later, weirder cases. I don't need to try to differentiate it from the rest of Memo because the letter pair itself can't apply to anything but a flip or a twist. That wouldn't make sense. 52 to 46. Best solve is 1904 and 1109. This is not a good session. To 9. God, I broke in the worst possible way. Dude, this cat annoys me so much. She, the way she uses the litter box, she just like kicks the fucking litter everywhere. Oh my god, I have to vacuum every single day. That scramble was 12 to 9. And I did 10. But I forced bad cases. Tips for 5 blind? Tried to solve it but can't solve it. It's hard to give tips if I don't have anything like concrete to work with. If you have like mistakes you're making that you can tell me, that helps. I can't believe I did that with that much distraction. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 to 9, 2 edge floats, including there was like a 2E2E from FR that probably I actually could have done. Oh, I know an alg for this case. I had this from FR. Aw, that could have been 8. Arguable whether like that would have been much faster though. God damn it, dude. It's so frustrating messing up algebs that I don't mess up in practice. I don't mess it up a single time afterwards. That's so annoying. Okay. That's probably so loud with my mic. Oh, that would have been way better if I just did ULD swap. Dude, this cat just loves, like, it's literally one of her favorite spots to hang out on is my multi-blind cubes, which is like the absolute last place I want her to hang out, but I just like can't get her to stop. That was 10 to 9. She gets so much hair all over the top of my cubes. I have them covered, but still like gets in there. Now she's licking her butt sitting on my multi-cubes. I try like putting all of my stuff on top of my multi-blind cubes too to like deter her. And she just doesn't care. She just sits like right in the middle of all of it. Yeah, lick your butt on my multi-blind cubes. I can't wait until we don't have to sequester her in here anymore. Do you think WCA will ever add a new event? I feel kind of doubtful. I feel like if they haven't yet, it's probably not happening. Nice. That was 10. $53 to $55. 1773 on 10 is the best. 1985. No, 1964. There have been specific steps taken towards it. It's just like a bureaucracy. Really? You think it like might actually happen? Like they add FTO? Yeah, Maximal, dude, this cat, I was like sitting on the edge of my chair earlier and she jumped up on the back of my chair and started clawing at the chair. Just like the absolute gall of this cat. It's crazy. I just like chucked her off. When you multi-blind with more than 60 cubes, how do you literally memorize every case where there are multiple flips or twists? Those kinds of cases are not actually that common. So if you have like 8 of them in a 65 cube attempt, it actually kind of helps. Like they feel rare, so they're more memorable. That's how I feel about it. Competition events working group was formed. I haven't even heard of that. I feel like FTO had like such a boom and it just still didn't happen. And it honestly feels like FTO interest is like dying off a little bit again. So I don't know, I just feel doubtful. Nice. That was 9 to 8. Kind of bad cases. Speedy's on it? Oh wow. That's encouraging. What's up, Hime? inverse coin. That was 11 to 10. I did a big sandwich, so I probably actually lost time with the float. Speedy is Ben Streeter. He's Speedy Octahedron in my Discord, you've probably seen. Papa FTO. He invented the main FTO method that people use. Ben Cisco. This is cute, you guys. It's okay if you're on my multi-blend cubes as long as you're doing this. I like just giving my cat a finger to smell. You're literally so cubing. Me too, dude. Sounded like something just fell over. That was 9 to 8. Pretty horrible cases. I think it's a little stupid that many people in WCA feel that we need to create a clear process for how events get added, and at that point, it's more of a roadblock to events being added than anything. Yeah, I don't know, like, what do people think? Like, we have to, like, set up, like, a democratic system for voting events in or something? It's like, what happened with Skewb? Probably just, like, enough people showed interest and they were like, yeah, why not? Whatever. Good AO5. That was 10 elves. That was 9 algs, really, really bad turning. 1779 non-rolling mean, or AO5, that's good. That was 48 minus 3. Not too crazy. You feel like no one had interest in Skewb? That was before my time, so I have no idea. That was just generally how it seemed. I did a parity shift to the first target of corners, and I almost never do that because it's so hard to not pause a bunch. And it honestly, I don't think it would have been worth it. I think a float would have saved just as many algs and edges. Yeah, could have been 10 to 9 either way. Solve scuba table abuse to show your contempt. That's funny. Do not scribble those. Oh yeah. I did a D-layer T2C case to make that 9. That's like kind of an awkward case, so getting a good time feels good. That. Oops. Dude, I just did it 6 times in a row and then messed it up there. This. Kind of a long alg. Let's say you have 8 cubes in a 60 cube attempt where you have 3 to 4 corner twists each. That's like 30 twists to memorize in total. Are you just able to remember all of it without using loci? Well, I do use loci. What I was saying before is I memorize it in the same loci as I memorize everything else. So like, if I have a set of like 3 twists outside of the buffer on a cube, I will think about like what algs I need to solve that case, and then I'll just be like, whatever happens at the end of the corner story, I'll be like, and then solve this case. Like maybe I could have like the subject of the story solving, like doing those algs or something, and yeah, it suffices after I review it a bunch, like I review everything else. How many events could WCA realistically adjudicate? Yeah, that's the main, I think that's like the main argument against adding events. Missed a T2C opportunity. There is the argument that could be made in the, like a counter argument to the, you know, world championships would take longer thing, that we could like look to like how they did, what's it called, All-Stars, the US Nationals All-Stars thing last year, where they had like way fewer competitors and way fewer rounds of everything. You could very easily hold more events that way, but that has its downsides, obviously. Way fewer people can compete. We probably don't want that for our worlds. I actually think I did that optimally. Did 10 to 9. It just went slow. Nice. I did 10 to 9, but I think that could be 8. I think that could be a float into a 4 flip case, but it was a difficult one to see. Oh my gosh. So restless. Yeah, that could have been 8. $19.41 non-rolling mean, or AO5. Did it again. 50 to 45 and 15.75. Got 3 successful non-rolling AO5s in a row. It's pretty good. A 19, a 17, and a 19. I don't know how I haven't gotten an AO12 in this session yet. Ooh. That was a slow time, but we did like a lot of sandwiching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 12 to 8, I think. Yeah, because I did a UB float, a UR float, an LTCT, and a UFL float, and I got 8 Alex. That's funny. Dang it. That was 12 to 10, back-to-back 12s. I visualed something, misremembered it. A T2C, kind of a weird alg, and I didn't mess it up. That was 10 to 8. Yeah, exactly, Maximal. I think already, like, with the Nationals All-Stars thing, I feel like it lost a lot of its charm having the Nationals be like that, but that was also arguably just because we already had Worlds in the US, so they did like a smaller Nationals. Unfortunate pause. That was 10 to 8. Dang it, dude. 10 to 9. Slice mistake. I'll never get an AO12. Okay, that was 54 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 ALDs saved in that AO5. 54 to 43. That's crazy. 1669, 10 to 8. That's funny. Regalas cubo? Does that mean like solve cube? I don't know. I don't speak Spanish very well. I had a weird algon, didn't mess it up me when doing newly learned doing so well. It's always a good feeling. I definitely just messed up a really nice LTCT. It's annoying. I think that was 11 to 10. Let me check. Dude, my cat is definitely about to knock my freaking webcam off. Yeah. If multi-blind were switched with 3x3 in terms of competitiveness, what would be a Schwann-Yi level result in multi-blind? I am not sure I understand that question. Okay, so you think it like you're asking if like 300 or like 500,000 people were like competitively really actively competing in multi-blind, what would be like the world record basically if we had a Schwann-Yi level skill? I feel like probably like 90 to 100 cubes, maybe like 80 plus points. Nice. That was 9. And that's not me saying that that's like the limit, because I don't think Schwann-Yi is at the limit either with like 3x3. Ooh, that was very good 10 alg exec. I feel like I finally warmed up like 60 solves in, dude. Oh my god. That was 10.5, but I think I missed maybe floating into a 4-flip. Yeah. Wait. Could have been 9.5. Not 4-flip. Will reach the limit when the world record holder is 5 years old. Trust Lisan Al-Gaib. Pretty much. Dang it. Ugh. I knew I messed up. Hello. That's annoying. I was 10 to 9, and there was a 6-move cancel between the second to last, or the last calm, and then like J-perm parity, but I messed it up, and I realized what I did wrong. Yeah, and I missed an edge float too, unfortunately. Wait. Rip. Could have been a good AO5. 1633 on 9. That's 50.5 minus 3. More time in multi-attempts than that kid is alive. Maybe more than like half of his time alive. How many years is 10,000 hours? I feel like I'd calculated that before. Ugh. An alt swap. Oh. That was 12 to 10. 1.1, 1.2 years? Wow. It's less than I thought. Did 10 Alex, but that definitely could have been 9, I think. It was a weird corner scramble, like 3 cycles. Yeah. I might attempt 1,000 by the time 2033 comes around. That was an interesting one. 1, 2. Oh, that could have also been a float into a 4 flip. My God. Wow, that was 11 to 7. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, yeah, that was 11 to 7. I did 8. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I did 8. That could have been 7 if you float into a 4 flip. Three loci for each cube. How many cubes do you store in each room during multi-blind? This is just like a terminology thing, but A room is just like basically however much I need to store one cube. So like if I use 3 loci, those 3 loci are one room, but it kind of doesn't mean anything because like eventually when you need to come up with like so many memory palace rooms, they're not rooms. They're like just 3 loci in succession. So and I just know them as rooms because that's like what contains one cube. Dude, come on. That's so annoying. What did I do? That was 9 to 8, and I forgot a freaking edge pair. 5 alg edges, and I forgot an edge pair. Should probably take my headphones off. One month where you remember 1 cube a day and do all the exact on the first of the following month. I think Enoch did that. It might be removed from his channel now or unlisted or something. I'm pretty sure Enoch did that for Christmas. So not like the whole month, but until Christmas. He did like an advent calendar multi-blind or something. Dude. That was so bad for the scramble, oh my god. That was another 9 to 8 and I just completely threw. Um, 1881 AO5 though. 51 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was 51 to 42 algs. That's crazy. I'm getting some like really insane floated alg counts. And my times are not reflecting it. Yeah, Enoch's math videos are cool. Nice. 12 to 9. Five to 4 alg corners with a LTCT and 7 to 5 edges. Had a feeling I won move DNF that. 10 algs. Solve the big cubes once, please. That one? Or like those? The 12 by 12 takes way too long for me to do right now. But I have been practicing a lot of 7 by 7. So I might do that at some point. God, I had such a horrible lockup, dude. That's so annoying. That was a really good 10 to 9. The first one? I don't know what the oh, this one? Nah. Just not the 3x3. I'll be doing multi-blind after this, so maybe that'll scratch whatever itch you're having. If me globaling 18 on 3 blind isn't fun enough for you. That was 10. Another non-rolling 1805. Actually, that's the... oh no, that is another. I didn't think... for a sec I thought that was the first. 51 minus 1, 2, 3, 4. 1892 and 1814 on 12 to 9 was the best. When you use a house as your memory palace, do you make sure to have like a fixed number of loci in each room of your house, or is it completely random depending on the room? When I first started making memory palace locations, I did it like each room has 3 loci. But now that I'm like learning what matters most for making memory palace locations, I think the only important thing, or the most important thing, is that every location feels distinct to every other location, like to some degree. Ideally, like very much so, but and then the only other important thing is that it's like there's not going to be anything that like makes you struggle to remember the order of the rooms. So yeah, just know like that you go through everything in like a relatively coherent order. What's up, this guy? That was 9. Get a load of this guy, yeah. Wow, I thought I DNF'd that. That was 9 to 7, dude. I had a very big lockup. Almost messed up an elk. Dude! It's so frustrating, like massively locking up on just the last algo to solve. Oh my god, dude. And that would have been really good. I did an alt swap that made it scramble way better. Ew, dude. I'm just messing up memo all over the place. That was 10 to 9. Saying that is why I got banned from a certain type of bank. What? You got banned from a bank for saying "what up, nerds"? You like just walk in there and say that? Ooh, that was 11 to 10 with LTCT. That was very good. I'm finally warmed up. Another 18 rolling, non-rolling AO5. Wow, that tied the best single. That's funny. $18.23, and that was 49 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 non-rolling 18 AO5s in a row. That's pretty good. Oh, saying get a load of this guy. Is that a true story? Dude, I'm popping off. That was 11 to 9. Nice, Era. Why do you think you can say that? How do you gauge global? Oh, I got an 18 AO12. Let's go. That was 10 to 9. This is almost certainly a DNF. Yeah. I think I made 2 exact mistakes. Slash lost orientation, or did a move while losing orientation. Not sure if you got the joke. I did not get the joke. The Bank of Scotland. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get the joke. Restate the joke for me in simpler terms. Mean of 3, best of 10, like 10 sessions over 1 week and a half. Also weight of 100. Oh, okay. Cool. That's what I would do, probably. Since you use exactly 3 loci per cube, I initially thought it would be easier if each room in your house had a fixed number of loci that is a multiple of 3. I think that was basically my thought process originally, but that's like that's not important for memory palaces. Like maybe it seems important early on because it makes the rooms easier to learn, but as long as you just like have a clear order of rooms that just seems coherent, it really doesn't need to be like that structured. What's really important is that the loci themselves feel distinct from every other one, like I said. That was 10, but it could have been Could have been 9. A bank of adults, male adults. Get a load of this guy. Okay. I had a feeling it was some kind of semen joke. Dang it. Can't believe I actually got that. That was 9 Alex, but I forgot a visual thing that I did for edges. Rip. Did 9. I think that was 11 to 9, but I did an alt swap, so I don't know. Yes, that was 11 to 9. Yeah. 2182 AO5 with a counting 28. 1784 best of 5 on 11 to 9. And that was 51 to 45. Alright, we got 2 more AO5s. IDK, what C-men have to do with it? After 140 solves, I feel warmed up. Dude, you're a scrub. I got warmed up after 65 solves. What time is it here? 8:11. Anyone else see the 276 yet? Yeah, I think probably most people here have seen that. Let's go. That was 11 to 9 with 3 UB algs and 2 FR algs. God, horrible finish. Ten to 9. It's not the thing the bank cares about, it's the cells, not the fluid, that's important. Thank you for always educating us. Dang it, dude, I did 2 extra comms. That was 12 algs executed. Rip. Dang it. 11 to 10. I made a weird cancel mistake. I think this cat is getting really impatient for me to feed her. You're just gonna have to hold on. Ooh, let's go. That was 11 to 10 with a really nice T2C case. Yet another non-rolling 1805 Pog. 53 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not a very good scramble set either. 11 to 9, 10, 18, 21. 53 minus 5. Right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Not even a gamble today. Rip. That was 12 to 10, but I did 11. Let's go. That was a very nice 10 Elgar. Yeah, Alex is sarcastic a lot of the time. Let's go. 11 to 8 with full UB float and a T2C and a UBL float. Very cool. And if I get 2 out of 2 right here, very good 70% accuracy. Oh. Damn, dude. $11 to 9, but I massively mistraced edges. If solve 100 is sub 19 successfully 5 line, best of 3, okay. not sub 19. Aw, dude. I think I inverse calmed. Rip. 69% though. 1944 at 69 is pretty good. That was a 54 alg minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the last one. 54 to 47. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. And 1694 and 10. Best. And the best scramble was 11 to 8. So that was 1758, mean of 20, best of 5s. Average alg AO5 51.55, but with floating 46.13. So that's pretty average without floating and a little better than average with floating. And LTCT and T2C and all that junk. All right. That session overall actually turned out pretty good. I feel like it started out so bad, but then I just started knocking out loads of like sub 19 singles. Got an 18 AO12. I got what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sub 18 or sub 19 non-rolling AO5s. That's really good. And 7 sub 20. Nice. Let's do a little bit of multi. Loads and loads. Yeah. Said what I said. Good. The cat is sleeping. No multi distractions. Wasn't in the room, but the noise you made during exec was telling. Oh, I don't even remember what noise I made. Probably just like. Oops. Oh yeah, DNM 37 maximal. I don't know if it expires, but I think it like it rusts cubes because it's got like too much water or something. The music stopped. Okay. Alrighty. Multi-time. Oops. Might have just made a one move mistake. Dang it, dude. Damn. Rip. I don't even know what I did wrong there. Inverse comm, I guess. I've been getting like a lot of very fast 9-cube attempts lately. I think it was like 2 days ago. I did back-to-back sub-5 attempts with 230 flat memo both times. Like 230.xy. Any other lube hazards I should know about? I think a lot of people like the angstrom gravitas stuff. I lately really like MoU #1 lube. That's like one of my favorite lubes, especially for big cubes. It is really good at keeping big cubes fast. And I use like a combination of silk and MoU lube on my 3x3s, but for my multi-cubes, I just use silk because I feel like the MoU lube makes them too fast. I'll sparingly use the MoU lube on my 3-blind main, just sometimes when it feels like it's getting slow, but that's pretty rare with the V11. You didn't like silk? Huh. I like silk. It's like, I feel like it slows down cubes like a little bit, but keeps it like very like smooth, and yeah, just lubes it well, like keeps it corner cutting and stuff. plain weight 5 on big cubes. I've tried that. I don't know, it makes them like, maybe I have like weird weight 5, but it makes them like sticky, and I really don't like it. Alright, we go again. Dang it, dude. Come on. 232 memo again. That's so funny. I'm like super consistent lately. What the heck? Yo, Dennis. What's up, MJ Gaw? Two 8 out of 9s. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, the other day I got like this. This is so similar to the other day, just off by like that big pause that I just had. But like the other day I had 230 memo, like a 455 DNF, 1 cube, so 8 out of 9, and then right after that, 230 memo, 457, 8 out of 9, and this was 455, 232 memo, 8 out of 9, and then 512, 232 memo again, 8 out of 9. Crazy consistency. What's up, Damien? Thanks for the raid. Let's see if I can actually solve that pesky 9th cube. Whoa. Okay. I want to see where I sent that. Okay, that was 3 days ago. Back-to-back sub 5, 8 out of 9 multi-blinds, both with 230 memo. Okay. Let's lock in. Get that 9 out of 9. $696 Koroks and TOT gate. Let's go. Don't get any more. feel like that's gotta be wrong. God. Dang it, dude. That's a pretty big guess. Dang it. And 3 blind. Dude, that was a disaster. Damn. Why is one of the cubes not even done? Because this is kind of hard. Broke 6-day DNF streak on daily blind solve. Nice. I fell off on that so hard. This is actually closer than I expected to get on that cube. This cube is massively off, like I thought. I had a F2E on that cube, and I did it right. Yay. This 3 blind cube was an absolute disaster. I had this F2E, that. It's a really good case. I'll do like 1 or 2 more and then I gotta go eat dinner. Thanks, Mr. Glenor. Okay. This is the one. Locking in. Oh. Oh. Dang it. I don't think I remember that one. Dang. That's bad. I'm gonna cope and say those were definitely some really, really bad scrambles. Like, very bad. So that was 4 out of 9. It's falling apart. I got time for one more. Is there a 9 out of 9 world record? The best that I know of is Simon Prashil with a 426, I think. Before he got that, I had the world record for it for a pretty long time. That was definitely a way to pronounce that name. Yeah, I'm not German, Alex. Fun fact. Or Austrian. Whatever the etymology of that name is. Or, yeah. Is it pronounced like Simone? That just like feels so wrong to me because I know many Simons and it's spelled exactly the same way. So it's just like hard to get used to saying it differently. I have no idea how to say the last name though, so just like Prashil is my guess. Simone, like Timon. Okay, Simone, okay. All right, let's go.
Dude, come on. That's so annoying. Really? Dang it. One wrong corner pair. Cube 4. This one, I do not know. I thought I got it. Probably recall. Am I going to keep doing 12 line attempts? I will probably resume those after my next multi-comp. Maybe before, I'm not sure. Oh, Timon. Not Timon, okay. Well, I did some good attempts anyways. Nothing to scoff at. 501 and 7 out of 9. 8 out of 9, 455 as well is good. Yeah, 12 line streams are just kind of draining for me. And it just, like, it gets to a point where it takes so long, it's hard to find time for it. Even though I did just do a stream that was long enough for a 12 line attempt. But I just don't wanna. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream now. I don't know who to raid. There's no cubers live. I don't know. I'm not gonna raid anybody. There's nobody to raid. Thanks for watching. Watch streak isn't going up. Maybe it's because I haven't streamed consistently enough or something. I don't know. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. See ya. Gonna go eat dinner.